Hello Libra, and how are you doing? This is going to be an Astroflower reading for the week from the 18th through to the 25th. I was wondering how's it going, because last week you had 3 aces. Can you believe it? Within your flower, and I was wondering how that's been going on from last week. If you want to know more about the Astroflower, please go down into the links below. In the description, you'll find a copy of your Astroflower with all the elements and the qualities within your flower, and help you to understand these readings a little bit better and the influence that can have upon these cards. Also, I have links to the Instagram channel that will is good for you to come and join in and join the family. So what's going on, Libra, with you this week? Well, on the spiritual sort of side, and this is to do with your relationships. This could be relationships to do with couples, family, friends, community, that sort of thing. This is how the universe tries to influence your karmic path, which is here. This is how your guides try to influence your karmic path. This is how your guides try to influence the conversation that is within you. This is your essence or your inner being, and this is how you connect everything with the outside world. This is exactly the same thing on this side, but this is on the material side, such as jobs and businesses and etc. So it's really a game of two halves here, Libra. On one side, you've got nothing but swords, which is on the emotional sort of side of life in your relationships. On the physical side, you have the material path, which is that pentacle. So you should start to, with that aces that came in last week, you should start realizing that you've got things to harvest in life. Things are starting to come to fruition, as it were. On your relationship side, you might have that sensation that the universe is trying to force you to learn something. And as it does force you to learn something, it may give the sensation that you're stuck. So you're trying to learn something out of a relationship, so you're trying to get out of a relationship, and you're sort of saying, why can't I find anybody in my life? Or why can't I have a simple relationship with my partner? Or why can't my relationship with my family or my friends be very simple? The universe might be blocking you slightly in order for you to actually understand something. And you're getting a bit of a free passage as well with the 6 of Swords here. So your karmic path is just to sort of kind of saying, maybe it's not necessarily the way I present myself to the rest of the world, but maybe it's the way the rest of the world presents itself to you in regards to your relationships. And it's a case of just sort of sitting down and just taking it and allowing yourself to be guided across the path from one side to the other. I knew that card was upside down. Yet another sword on this side, and you've got the Ace of Swords, which you had the universe influencing you on last week on this side. And yeah, so it's a case of your guys are sort of trying to help you here. And this is what this 6 of Swords is all about. You know, it's guiding you across an emotional week at the moment. So as long as you keep clear about where you're supposed to be going in life, you should be able to go from one side to the other without too much difficulty. It might be a case of observing or seeing the pain that's being caused around you, but it's more of a, but you're definitely going to be able to make it from one side to the other. This is how the guides are trying to influence the conversation within you. So maybe occasionally you're going to be hearing things like kind of going, don't do that. Don't allow them to do that. Don't let that person who's just taken an inch take a yard. Putting in those healthy boundaries will tie up a lot of those sort of things and may release you in the week after that about within your relationships. But at the moment, it's being absolutely clear, not only to yourself, but to the world around you. And if you stay true to that and make sure you have those healthy boundaries in place, you should be able to have a beautiful and bright future. It'd be interesting to see what's going to be in petal 10 for that and see how you combine it with the material side of your life. So talking about that, let's just have a look at that and see what's going on there on that front. You have the Hangman and the 9 of Pentacles. So now you have gone from all those aces that you had before in this section here. Now those you're getting some, your karmic path is now to take the advantages of that job that you're in, because you've put in the work, you've started the job and you've started the business and stuff like that. You should now start feeling or wanting within you, and it might be a case of your karmic path to actually start welcoming or getting those fruits through your job and through your business and stuff like that. So actually sort of profiting from life in a nice way. Yeah, but the universe is sort of saying, look at it in a different way. So if you what's the point in profiting from life if you're just going to run your business dry in a way? That's what it's sort of coming. Yeah, so you got the five. I knew there was a bit of a fly in the ointment. You got the five of Pentacles. Now the Five of Pentacles, strangely enough, was inside you, was right in your inner being last time. And it seems to have been projected out from within you into the outer world. So it's in order to look at life a little bit differently, how you use your resources. That's what it's sort of saying. If you don't use them wisely with a good overview of looking at the world differently, you may lose, you may not get as much in the way of benefits out of it. So I think looking at it in different ways and allowing the universe to show you this is it. Allowing you the outside world to actually show you different ways to get the best out of your job or your business and etc. You've got the two of swords on that side. You've got nothing but swords here. It's really interesting. You've got two pentacles, and then you've got nothing but swords, apart from one major arcana. It's quite a week for you. It's gonna force you to sort of make decisions. It's gonna force you into a position where you're gonna have to be just. Maybe I think you're the fourth sign to have this Justice card in that position. So being just is being in balance, being in harmony. That's what justice is all about. Weighing up the pros and cons, as it were. And you can do this, Libra, because you are justice. You are the balance. You are that, the scales, as it were. And it's certainly, when you can see this, when you've got the Nine of Wands on one side, and then you've got the Two of Swords on the other, it's making those healthy decisions by looking at everything, which is what the Hangman's all about, so you can then helpfully put into boundaries on your emotions or your emotions and your relationship side of your life. And I think there's definitely a wind of change coming through you as an air sign. And as that wind of change comes through you, and that earth, because you do have a lot of earth, you've got earth going there, you've got earth coming here as well. And that earth does play all the way through you. So you like things to be concrete within your life. And maybe that's not what you got last week, because it was all starting of a new journey. And it may be a lot of the inner worries. But you know this within you. And this is where I think, because we've got the Nine of Pentacles going to the Ten of Pentacles going to Justice. You've got the Six of Swords. So you may be having a lot of pressure from the outside world, emotionally or in the relationships regarding your family, friends, your businesses and stuff, your family, your friends and your community and stuff like that. And you've got a similar sort of pressure on your physical side of life. But if you stay true to yourself and true to that karmic path that you're supposed to be doing, and to be just and in balance, firstly with yourself and then with the outside world, it looks like you'll have everything that you need is within you. It's just a case of going ahead and doing it. There is another situation here that I'd like to sort of touch on. Last week you had the three aces here, and it may be a case of that you're hesitant. Sometimes Libra can do this. They can wait a little bit too long and the opportunity goes from underneath their nose, as it were. And it might not resonate with everybody, but it might feel a little bit like that generally. For you, that if you're hesitating about making decisions, then you're going to miss that opportunity. You're going to miss that opportunity for you to actually explore all those resources that you have within you. Tricky, trying week, Libra. I'll tell it how it is. You know, I'm not going to tell you no lies. I'd like to make it up a lot better than it is, but the truth is, the cards is what the cards is. I'm not just going to pull cards until I eventually pull cards that suit you. That's just not the way it works. If this doesn't resonate with you in your life, then maybe this week here is a time off for you. It's a case of stepping back within yourself, not getting involved with the outside world, because you do have that running through you there. And if you step out of the outside world, you'll avoid a lot of pain and conflict within the outside world. Okay, there you go, Libra. I hope you did enjoy it. Don't forget, if you want to be part of the Astroflower family, please do click that subscription button and that bell as well, so then you get notification, and come and join us on the fun on Instagram. Okay, in the meantime, don't forget, life should be fun, so please do enjoy.